Hello, I'm Steve Overgard with Signature Craft, and I'm on Jackson Street in Hopewell, and I'm going to go underneath this house. There's multiple problems, especially with this area back right here, and then on the very back of the house, it's got some issues with the Florida room that was added. This area right here, the added-on Florida room, has got some issues. When you walk on it, it sinks this way quite a bit, noticeably. And it's also down on this corner here. It's down over here. You can see how it's kind of low on that side there. Quite a bit. I just measured the floor joist here, and these are 2x8, and they're 2 feet on center. And I'll get the span for you for a minute, but I can say that they are overspanned. All right, and so I just measured, and it's a 12-foot span there. So it's 2x8, 2 feet on center, 12-foot span. I'll check my charts. I'm pretty sure that is overspanned. The issue with this is that it's sinking down in this corner. I dug down on the base of here, right there, and you can see that right below the soil level, the 4x4 posts have deteriorated over time. So the fix with this would be to hydraulically raise this back up, and that would take a couple days to do that because you have to raise it up a little at a time. Build temporary support underneath once it's leveled out, and then once you've got the temporary support, then remove the posts and install new posts. And I would recommend 6x6s instead of 4x4s. And you probably don't have a very good base there. There's probably no concrete, and it's probably over time it's just sunk in the ground. I'm in the back right corner of the crawl space where the crawl door is, and that's at it, looking at the front. You can see here where this house has been treated for termites at some point in time. These joists are 2x8, and they are 16 inches on center. It does have a sump pump, and it does have a vapor barrier. That right there is a termite tube. That is also termite tube. So there are termites in the center beam. The center beam is a triple 2x8. The way I'm testing is I'm going through and I'm poking my screwdriver in it to see if it's solid. There's some termites in there, but so far it's not structurally impaired. Now the ground is wet to the touch here. Not a big surprise because we are in the crawl space. We are actually below grade. The ground level is probably right about here, and you can see the crawl space is below grade. So I would recommend a dehumidifier in this space and then replace the vapor barrier because it might be okay, but it's got some age to it too, and I like to use the black. I'm up in the front right corner, and this area up here kind of looks suspect, but I poked it and it doesn't seem really soft. I think the thing to do would be to kind of dry this area out with the dehumidifier. You can see the slime here. That's from the snails. A bunch of spider eggs up in there, and then the vents are closed, which is not good. What I like to recommend in this area is to open the vents year-round, except for when it's freezing out. And then an exception to that is if the crawl space is damp and wet like this one is, put in a dehumidifier and run the dehumidifier like June, July, and August, and then go back to the regular schedule. All right, I'm still in the front of the house, kind of, I guess, still in the front right quadrant, but I'm working my way to the front center. Haven't seen anything exceptional yet. Front of the house, and this is the main water shutoff valve, and then I also see the drain pipe here. Okay. Double joist. Really bad at that. So. All right, this is a double joist, and it's at the front center of the house. You can see all the termite tubes here. And when I poked it, the screwdriver just went right in without any resistance at all. Right in. So we need to replace this double joist. Probably a 2x8x16. I'm in the next joist pocket over from the one where the screwdriver went into. You can see the termite tube there. And I poked this joist a couple places, and you can see that one just went right on in too. So that would be 3 joists so far. And here's the next one. It's got the tubes. 4 joists. All right, and then this is the next one after that. You can see lots of termite tubes here. So that would be 5. There's the next one, that would be 6. 7. The next one looks okay. That's the one next to the vent. All right, and then this is the second one from the end, and the screwdriver went right on in. So that would be 8. The next one is okay, but there's a wire splice here that needs to be taken care of. Here's some more of that vapor barrier. You can see it's older and it gets brittle and it tears. All right, I'm back at the crawl door right there on the back of the house. Moving from right to center. I can see some standing water there. I'm going to go up and look at the center beam. Kind of a menagerie of plumbing stuff here. You got the cast iron here. You can see where that is leaked a lot over time. That is probably a toilet flange. And then we've got some galvanized here. You have some Quest here, which is generally bad news. And then you've got some copper. And I thought I saw, yeah, there's some PVC in there too. So, and some Fernco. So you got a menagerie of stuff here. I would say that we probably need to address the leakage right here. You can see it's starting to deteriorate the wood. It looks like this Quest is spliced into the copper lines to feed an ice maker or something like that, maybe a humidifier. But these Quest fittings will leak over time, and then you've got a leak on your hand. So while we're under here fixing everything else, we should just go ahead and convert that to PEX. Standing water here. I think this is a gas line here, and it is largely unsupported. So if we do any work under the house, we're probably going to have to get this supported correctly, or, you know, temporarily remove it, you know, for safety reasons. I would hate to have something. This is a condensate line, and you can see that it's got dips in it, and then it's supported, and then it goes out some more, and it's supported, and then it dips down again. Anywhere there's a dip, the water is not going to flow through there freely. The way that should be is it should be a steady, gradual downhill. This puddle of standing water is probably caused by exactly what I'm talking about. The condensate unit there, it doesn't have a steady, gradual downhill, so it's going to leak, and it's just going to pool up right here. So I think that's what we got going on there. I'm over at the third section of the center beam, and I do see some termite stuff, so I'm going to poke around here and see if the center beam's okay. All right, I did poke around here at the center beam, and you can see the screwdriver just sunk in. So, okay, this is the second section of center beam, and the screwdriver just went right in here too. It's just very easy. So, no good at all right there. All right, I backed up just a little bit. So the first section of center beam is fine. The second center is compromised, and the third section is fine. Where the, it looks like the furnace is right there. You can just see there is a ton of rot right there. I'm not sure what that's around, but I think it's the furnace. But you can see that joist is gone. That floor is falling through. That's due to moisture, because you can see the rust in there. That's not termites, that's moisture. That joist is completely gone. The big termite tube there, lots of standing. See the center beam here, all 3 members are crushed. And we're on the back side of the house, up near where the furnace is. And this joist right here Has got a little bit of deterioration on the end, but it seems fine further down. So I'd like to put an 8-foot, splice an 8-foot section on that one. It'll be a short one. All right, and this is underneath the center beam. There's the furnace for reference, and it's just, the whole thing's gonna have to be, this whole section's gonna have to be replaced. Very poor condition. Okay. This is a joist on the back. That's got some termites in it too, so that's one on the back. And this is the next one over. Whoops, missed. So that's 2 in the back. All right, that's 3 in the back. 4th one in the back. Ground is very, very wet back here. I'm near in the back, left-hand side. I just tested the next one over, and this one's okay. All right, that's another one in the back. I'm losing count. I think that's the 6th one in the back. This is the joist that's next to the foundation wall in the back left. There you can see the termite tube there. So that would be 7 in the back. From this view, I'm counting 4 sections of center beam. I'm underneath the family room section right now, and it is so low there would be no way to do anything here from underneath. And I can see the damage and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do this one from the top. I'm going to grab some measurements, and what we're going to have to do on this one is replace all the joists and all the center beams and the flooring. There's no vapor barrier. The ductwork is just laying on the ground back here. Just stabbing a couple little joists just to make sure. These also look like 2x8, 16 on center. I'll just grab the measurements on the outside to calculate the amount of material. Okay, well, you can see right here, that's all I need to see. That right there is just crushed, completely structurally unsafe, unsound. Pretty much everywhere I stab in here, the screwdriver just sinks in. This desperately needs some ventilation. I just measured the center beams, and they are 2x10s, and they are triples. And they are spanning a long way. I just measured the family room here. It is 30 by 26. 26 this way, and then 30 across the back. The joists are 2x8, 16 on center. There's 2 center beams there, and they are 2x10 tripled. And the pier span is probably too long for a current code, but since it's already built, might be okay.